Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and yet another day of Frizzmas. I'm really excited to do this one because, long story, I don't even know what I titled this video. I have no idea what it says because I don't know what I'm gonna call it. But I've just been having some thoughts and I wanted to capture them and share them. So if that sounds good, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think and consider joining the community because you know I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm just dandy. It is 6:21 and before I wake the boys up this morning, I just got to get some of my thoughts filmed and then I can take a break, but I got to start right now. If you're new here, my name is Kara. I'd like to share my life through makeup and I'm feeling a big change coming on and it's way stronger than I felt in the past. Like in the past, it's been kind of a fake change, but this one feels a little bit different. I'm not sure why. So if you are on some type of makeup journey, I do hope that talking about my struggle, because it is going to be talking about some of my struggles, I think that is hopefully going to be helpful to somebody out there. And as you know, I do appreciate you all so much. So please let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer. We're going to get started. I am going to be doing my makeup during this video, but this is really just going to be chatty. If you feel like you have some tips that will be helpful to me or someone else out there, please go ahead and share them because we are a community and we are going to be our own accountability partners. Now, I already have known this. I'm saying it out loud now, and I think saying something out loud just, you know, it really makes it real. That I have an addictive personality when it comes to hobbies. It reminds me of an alien, you know, those alien movies where they need to have a host in order to do whatever it is that they need to do to destroy a city or whatever their goal is. They can't do it on their own. They have to have a host. And that's how I feel like my personality works. I'm literally watching this happen right now with my move from eyeshadow palettes to eyeshadow sticks or singles such as the ColourPop Super Shocks or the Make Beauty singles I showed you, the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow sticks, the ColourPop eyeshadow sticks, and all the other sticks that I racked up on during Black Friday. I'm literally watching the alien go from one host to another. This has happened several times. I'll give you a couple other examples. When I said I wasn't going to buy the indie singles anymore, it's like that alien moved from one host to something else. When it leaves, I have no feeling about not buying eyeshadow singles. It's been about 2 years. Although I love my singles that I have, the desire to get more of them is completely gone. It's wild how quick that happens. I literally watched this happen with my love of eyeshadow palettes this year. I was not fazed by not getting certain palettes, especially ones from Adept, where you all know I cover almost every Adept release, and that's one of my favorite indie brands. I didn't feel a kind of way when I stopped getting PR from Notoriously Morbid and getting their palettes when Unearthly changed their affiliate program and didn't send PR. I was not really fazed, where I know last year or the year before, I kind of would have been like, oh man. So I'm watching this alien start to migrate. I think it's completely migrated actually from the palettes to the eyeshadow sticks. And with that, I'm realizing I have to stop now before they get out of control, just like my eyeshadow palette collection. This is gonna be a first for me because it's usually too late once I realize that I have too much, and it's become too late with all of the other makeup categories. I would say aside from skincare, but as far as the actual makeup products, I have too much in probably every category except concealer, which I only have 2, 3, but it's about to be 2. That's me in a nutshell. I want to talk about some of the decision making and the impulsivity behind my makeup purchases probably over the last 5 years, maybe 6 years. It started to curb in 2024. I was having trouble trying to figure out what am I going to do on my channel if I'm not talking about new things? So I do like talking about new makeup releases. I was doing a Do We Still Love Her? I've done makeup baskets. I haven't been very consistent with any of it except probably new makeup releases. Those are like really fun to talk about and see what's happening in the community, but I still struggle a little bit because I get very tempted when I see things that I like. One thing that feeds into my purchasing impulsivity is I rationalize a lot. When I buy something, I feel like it's going to be the product that changes everything. I'm not really sure what it is that I want to change, because when it comes to holy grails, I have those. With any concern that I may have about beauty, I have great products. There's nothing that I'm really searching for. That feeling about changing everything, that has to do more with maybe what's going on in my life. It has to do with everything outside of makeup. It has nothing to do with my face or the product. It's something that takes deeper work in order to solve. It's not going to be solved by a makeup product. I know that because I have had that dopamine rush, that feeling of, yes, I got this. And when it comes, you know, it's fun to get a box. It's fun to open things up, but then it fades for me literally right away. And the product is good. So it's not like, oh, this wasn't what I thought it was going to be. 9 times out of 10, the product is what I thought it was going to be. And that's great. And then it's like on to the next. And that's the unhealthy part about all of this. Other times I'll say that I want to get into using said product. I want to get into using eyeshadow sticks. I want to get into this type of makeup or that type of makeup or K-beauty. And then what happens is I will go overboard to try to build the collection quickly instead of adding maybe 1 or 2 products to see if I really like that. This just happened. Danessa Myricks eyeshadow sticks. I know I love them and they're great. Did I need all 10 of them? No, I did not need all 10 of them. In my mind, I'm telling myself that I do, that I want all of them. The ColourPop eyeshadow sticks, the Make Beauty ones, I did limit myself because my cart was looking crazy. When the alien has left for a second to take a lunch break or something, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And that's how I feel about my Sephora cart. So we're gonna talk about that as well. I call wanting to use said product, that's like my fantasy makeup self. It's what I want to start doing, or I'll put myself in a situation, oh, this is a really good palette for travel. Like, girl, you're not traveling right now. Like, we can cross that bridge when we get to it, and you know you have something for it. Or I wanna get into start using liquid shadows. So I need to have all of them. So when I get to that point of wanting to use them, I have them. That is a very, very dangerous thing. I have to buy things for my current self, not my fantasy self. When I get to the fantasy self, we can worry about it then, but I don't need to prepare for a fantasy self. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Saying this out loud, it just makes it real. Writing it down makes it real. Sometimes I'll see a product that I know is really popular. I might not really want it, but I'm like, you know, people may wanna see that. But I don't have people may wanna see that money. I buy most of my makeup myself. So that's another thing. And that will give me another reason that I'm allowing myself to purchase something. I think it may make a good video. Most of my videos aren't because I think they'll make a good video. But I do have that thought in my head, like people might want to see me use this. You can see all of the problems that are presented with that, with the impulse buying, with the dopamine rush. It feels so good to know that something is coming in the mail. And then the last thing I put on here that sometimes allows me to purchase, and this is a very dangerous mistake, is the cost. When something is on sale, when something may be a drugstore product, the first thing I think of is I can get more of that. I can have the whole collection instead of maybe just one piece of the collection because of the cost. Buying more for less still equals more, and that's something that I have not been saying to myself. One example I'm going to give you from the new makeup releases were the CoverGirl True Blend Baked Blushes that look like the Hourglass ones. My first thought was I can compare them to my Hourglass palettes and blushes, and you know I have a nice set of Hourglass palettes. If I really think about this rationally, which I am right now, which one am I going to use more? I'm going to go for the Hourglass palettes because they have 5 years of, yes, they have been working for me behind them, whereas the CoverGirl ones is just going to be a new product. Do I think comparing them will be helpful for someone? Yes. Do I think it's going to be helpful for me? No. If Hourglass is not in your budget, which it really shouldn't be in mine, I would recommend recommend that. Even though I haven't tried it, I'm just looking at the blushes. I think they're gonna be fantastic. So what I did after seeing my video, first of all, I couldn't find all shades. I found where I could get all 4 shades, especially that vibrant coral one. It's called Strawberry Drizzle. I bought 2 of them from Amazon. I just added that one and the deep one right into my cart. Hey Marky, good morning. I'm glad you got up on your own. Everything's ready for you to get dressed. I bought that one and the berry one. I talked in my video about how the berry blush was like the one I had from Hourglass. So already that should have been a no. But I was like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I just liked the marketing for it. I think that they're beautiful. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get all 4 because they're $10. Like I'm spending $40. That's gonna be the cost of one blush for some brands. And I just felt like that was gonna be cool. So I ordered 2 from Amazon and then I was gonna do 1 from Ulta and then there was another one. So I really put a lot of time into this if you can't tell. That was just like looking at me do that. Like the middle of the day yesterday, I was like, Kara, what are you doing? And I just canceled the Amazon order because it was so easy because it was like, oh, add to your upcoming delivery. I'm like, sure, just throw them in, $20 here. And what I realized is like, if I wasn't planning to spend that $40, then I'm not saving anything because I wasn't planning on spending it. This might be preaching to the choir, but it's something that I needed to say to myself and hear out loud. Buying more for less still equals more. I'm off that. My collection has started to give me anxiety and guilt because I'm not using everything. Then I start giving things away. I've been greedy. Like I can't bring 4 blushes in at a time. I can't even ask myself rational makeup questions like, is this something I'll use regularly? My fantasy self would use it regularly, but is this something that, given the size of my collection, I can really use regularly? The answer is always going to be no. And when I do use things regularly, like the things that are in my top drawer, I start to feel guilty, like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff that I'm just looking at and watching it accumulate. It just looks pretty. I was happy about canceling the blushes. I also went through my Sephora cart again with a fine-tooth comb, and I think I've come up with the things that I really would like to add to my collection. I will be going on a low buy, and one of the things that I felt like I needed to do was have this last hurrah. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring in all the blushes I want. I had all the Natasha Denona duos in my cart. It was just insane. And I'm like, why do you need a last hurrah? I'm like, oh, if I don't buy this, I can't buy it for a year. And I haven't really come up with rules yet, but that's what I was saying to myself. I'm having a scarcity mindset for no reason because there's just no reason to have a scarcity mindset, especially with the size of my collection, especially with the fact that nothing's really limited edition. There are some things that are, but most things are not. And even some of the limited edition things do, reappear sometimes on the scene, depending on the demand. So that was something else that I had to realize, like, why are you having a panic scarcity mindset? Because you said you're going on a blush no buy. So now you're going to bring in more blushes that you're not even going to be able to wear. And you're not buying them to review, but you do feel like you need to share it. So then I start to get all like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, all that. I cannot continue to operate in this way because it's just unhealthy for my brain and my mental health. So I'm happy to be discovering this, admitting and saying things out loud to you all. The transparency piece is one of the things that really connect all of us here in this community. So looking at the new makeup releases, just glancing over it, because we had a long video yesterday. One of the standouts was the Blends palette. And I almost wanted to rationalize that I would use it. And I know good and well that I won't. So I'm like, girl, stop. I'm looking at the swatches now. It's a very beautiful palette, but I literally have no feeling about it. I want to, but again, I think my host has jumped to something else. If I got it, it's just because it's popular. Yes, I do like the color story a lot, but I also have to realize I can like things and not purchase them, and that's fine. That's okay. Those eyeshadow toppers from Question Beauty, I'm not gonna wear those. I did say I wasn't getting them, but I was trying to find a reason. I'm like, oh, I could wear this to a New Year's party. What party, Kara? because you're not going to a New Year's party. The party's at my house or my sister's. So I wouldn't wear it on a daily basis. So I'm like, girl, what? Just stop it. Fragrances, I'm going to have to curb too, but that's a whole different video. And some of the other categories of things, I'm off that. Skincare and, you know, complexion stuff. Like, I feel good. Like, my host feels complete. But when it comes to like eyeshadow and blush, it's like a serious problem. And it's not catching it afterwards. It's catching the during phase where I'm starting to get into something else, because when you develop a new hobby, it's very exciting and I want all the things and I want to learn, and I'm looking at videos and content, and then I'm like, ooh, I've never tried these, ooh, and then I start to get ideas even though the person's not even talking about anything new. I'm like, oh, these are the Holy Grail sticks, I need to try those. Oh, Lord mercy, I have to try those. And I started doing that. So we're gonna cut it off where we are. As far as any other releases, there weren't any others except, again, the CoverGirl blushes. Those were the ones that I was just like, ooh. And I was really on a quest yesterday, dedicating time to find shades that I already own. So I guess the question now is, what am I going to do about this problem, and how am I going to stop the impulse buying? This year I did not do great with a budget. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm buying less. So I mean, it was just like a way to avoid reality. I'm not saying I spent more than I did last year. I really don't know, but running away from the accountability piece is one thing that I'm not going to do anymore. And I'm holding myself accountable even now. Like, even though I want to have this last hurrah, that I need to stop feeling like that. Like that it's a last hurrah, like it's never going to happen again. Because no one said this was a lifetime decision. I'm just trying to learn more about the products that I have and enjoy these products that I wanted so bad. So I'm going to be tracking my spending in the upcoming year, and I'm going to be setting a budget. I'm not sure what the rules are going to be yet for this low buy, but we'll talk about that. I have unsubscribed from some brands in the past, and I think I do want to do that. Not necessarily on Instagram to see what they're coming out, but it's usually for sales. The sales are when it can be a problem. For me, sometimes things become more attractive when they're on sale. If I didn't want it before, I probably shouldn't be worried about it being on sale. Sometimes there are things that I want where I'm like, if this was at a cheaper price, I would definitely purchase this. But some things, they just change in front of my eyes and become more attractive when they're on sale. So I do think I need to unsubscribe from some of those newsletters and things like that, those text messages that I get. I do want to do a wish list system and like a wait list type thing, you know, so not buying something at the launch. I've talked about that before. Oh, this is what I'm using. This is from the ColourPop New Moon. So having a wish list and just kind of waiting it out and seeing how I feel about it, or like if it's a launch, seeing how I feel after a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but just waiting for that initial period, the initial review videos to come out. I've done that, and the impulse usually does go away. That's going to be something that I want to be more conscious of, and I can also film, you know, going through that process and just focusing more on the quality of what I'm purchasing. I don't need to buy a whole collection. I don't need to buy something in every shade to demo it. I think that would be nice if I truly had the funds to do that, but I don't. I really have to buy the things that work for me. It can't just be like, oh, let me buy everything and see how it works for a skin tone, because I don't have everything money, and I never have. I thought about also maybe really trying to go to a Sephora and try things instead of buying online, because it would take me some effort to get there. This is the shade Sequin, rather than just buying online, because buying online and that accessibility makes things super easy, and sometimes, you know, you can lose track when you're just buying things online. That's where I am. Those are some of the things that I want to do to curb the spending in the areas that, you know, I still may be tempted in. But if you didn't see my video about makeup that I'm not buying in the upcoming year, it's pretty much everything. I have to come up with a few rules. There's some special releases that I know I want to participate in, like a Pat McGrath Mothership or Migrating, things like that. But I got to really hone it in. So I want to take a look at, after I get August up. Now I gotta get August up. See, Marky gets dressed. Marky gets up, look at that. And he's like good to go. August is about to be a whole bunch of who shot John. So I'm gonna get him up, and then we'll finish by going, okay, it's like the Tin Man. Going over the Sephora sale cart. I'm I'm just gonna put on mascara. This is a new one. This is the Kosas one that has the lash grow serum in it. I'm really hoping to see some results. We'll see if this grows my lashes. I'm thinking about like doing the false mascara lashes again. Some of you did chime in and tell me that lashes aren't really great for people that like to wear a lot of, you know, different eye makeup and stuff like that, because you have to be very careful with washing it off and washing your face and things like that. So I don't think those are for me, but just maybe taking some time to do the false mascara ones. They've lasted pretty well on me. I'm going back into this Gucci highlighter really fast. Just doing a little subtle look. Oh, yeah. This is from Milani. It's one of the plumping liners. Hot Shot is the name of the shade. It has a little bit of a tingle, but nothing crazy. So it's got that peppermint smell. I'm so mad about that. This is the Gucci Shining Care Balm. The shade is Call It. Oh, Sally Soft Honey. Seriously, I forgot I had, see that? I forgot I had Sally Soft Honey. That's what she is. All right, this is today's look. It's just super chill. I'm feeling this. I'm gonna go get August up, and then we're gonna come back and quickly talk about my Sephora cart. All right, y'all, August is up and dressed. So now I'm gonna slide over and let's talk Sephora and try to use some of my new outlook on what I'm gonna purchase from this sale. We are gonna start by looking at my loves list. I'm just gonna show you everything that I had in there. We talked a little bit about it during the new makeup releases video, but this is what I've got. I had all of these Natasha Denona blushes in the cart. I own two. I own Fresh Mauve and Simply Shy, but I was like, I really like these blushes. I've been using them a lot. Well, I've been using the Fresh Mauve one a lot recently, but I was thinking, oh, I really like Flirty Flush, and I like all the rest of them, but I'm gonna talk myself into, if I get any, just getting one. And if I had to choose, let's just look at all of them. None of them are unique to my collection. And those are questions I'm gonna be asking myself for purchases next year, but the purchases aren't gonna be blush for the foreseeable future. But I think Flirty Flush is the bottom left. I really like the pink gold highlighter that comes with that one. And I really think the other blushes might be too deep just because of how I've been wearing my makeup. It's beautiful, but I don't wear my blush, well, that deep, you know. I really like Flirty Flush, but then I'm like, how different does it look compared to Simply Shy and Fresh Mauve? I think it's a little bit different. I really like this one, so if I get one, I think that will be the shade. I like Vamped. I like Flustered. Flustered is also beautiful. It's Flustered, but I think if I get one, it will be Flirty Flush. Okay, brush your teeth. Go ahead, what you want to do? Blush you. Blush you. Bless you.
The duet.
Oh, August has a duet in his concert tonight, which I'm just finding out. So let's wish August luck. I'll let y'all know how it goes.
Are you gonna record and post it?
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll post it on Instagram story, okay?
If you guys make fun of me in the comments, I'll come to your house.
All right, let's look at what else I have in my loves list. The Danessa Maverick Yummy Skin Blurring Highlighter. I was on highlighter no buy. I'm probably gonna allow myself to get the Gucci one. I'll show you in a minute. That would be my only highlighter from this year. You saw me use a Gucci today, but sometimes I don't want the lavender highlight. Anyway, I heard these were really good, but I'm just wondering, I don't think I really need it. The It Girl blush, I'm not gonna get that. The Boy Smells Rosy Cheeks perfume, the 50 ml is down to $54.60. I did smell it in the store and I like it. I'm debating between that and a travel size, but the 54 with 20% off, to me that is a steal. I was looking at this fragrance previously though. The Gucci highlighter, I am considering the Opal Pink. I know that I will get joy out of this highlighter because of the way that I use this one. That's why it's worth it to me, whereas other highlighters, I don't know, I'm not sure if I would get the same joy, but I really like this highlighter a lot. I love the formula. I love how smooth it is. Like, it's just really great. This is like my favorite one, but I wanted a more wearable shade. So the rose bronze, I think, is that, or the opal pink is a rose bronze. I have the Missing Person Eau de Parfum Travel Spray, and where is it? My Missing Spray body oil I use very frequently. I thought it'd be nice to have a travel. Afterglow is the new one from Fleur, which I'm excited about trying. The Kayali Wedding Velvet Santal, I love so much, and I'm almost out of my travel. I'm thinking about getting that one in the big size. Gonna forgo the Musk Obsessions mini perfume set. I thought about getting 2, but I'm not sure if I like them enough that I really want them in a travel. I do like the Musk Matcha and the Matcha Latte a lot. Musk Bouquet is okay. The Santal Musk I really like, but I have something that smells very similar to it that lasts longer, but the dry down is pretty much the same. So I was like, there's 2 of the set that I really don't want. A better option would be for me to just get the 2 travels that I like, but I still have my samples and I can always decide on those later, so there was no rush with that one. Rhode isn't even included in the sales, so I won't be purchasing anything from Rhode for the foreseeable future. And then the Danessa Myricks stick, I am going to get that last one, which is duo number 8. And then I'm not going to get the Sol de Janeiro. So if we take a look at my cart, like the way it was before, we were like at least $500 in, maybe more than that, like if it was everything. But this is what I'm left with for my cart. And then I would take the 20% off. I'm just not sure about the boy smells if I want to travel or the regular size. Part of me feels like the travel is going to be good because I have so many perfumes. The travels will be $21. I was going to get one for my sister, and then I have 2 Fleur Afterglows because there's another gift. So let's just take it down to 1 just so you can see what I'm going to be getting for myself. It's still a lot, like we're not going to lie here, but it's better than what I have, and I feel that it's more curated than what I was thinking about getting. In my heart of hearts, I don't need the Natasha Denona blush. They're very pink leaning, and I have 2. It's not something that I really need. I think I really like the way this blush looks. I just love the formula. Oh, I just love that. I'm certain I do have something in my collection to fill. Formula is pretty unique on these, and I think that's why I'm struggling a little bit, because it's like a cream to powder, and it reminds me a lot of the Danessa Myricks products as well. So I really, really like that. But I do want to try to stay strong. I mean, and thinking about the fact that 20% is not, it'll take the blush down to about $38, and that's still pretty expensive. I need to start also looking at things as expensive. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, and I'm saying it like I'm in some type of like high tax bracket or something, and I'm not. So I don't know. Jury is still out on Flirty Flush, but if we take out all like the 2 gifts, we're at 282. 282 minus 20%. Oops. Yep. 225. I mean, that's still pretty high. Is it $500? No. But I want to go over this a little bit more, and I will let you know what I ended up purchasing. But just know, like, there was more in my cart than that. It was out of control. So I'm going to think about this. I have, I believe, until the 14th. So it's really not a rush. But those are the things that I am thinking about. And I'm going to end it there just because I talked about a lot. But what this has made me think about is what are going to be my boundaries. I really don't want to call them rules, because then I think it just becomes this thing. And I don't want to make this low buy a thing. This is just a natural progression for me. This is Carolina Herrera. This is, I don't know which one this is. It's like the newest one that has cherry in it. And like, I think there's like a chocolate. But yeah, I don't want to make it a thing. I want to make this a natural progression. Just call it what it is. I don't want to even say like I'm on a low buy year, but this is just the way I'm buying makeup now. Identifying more so with that than making it this thing. I probably will call it a low buy, but maybe I can find something else to call it. But this is a natural evolution. It makes sense for how I've been using makeup in reality. It makes sense for my budget. It makes sense for the amount of makeup that I truly use and how I use it. It is taking me a long time to get through products, and I've never gotten through any eye products. So, you know, that's another thing. I'm layering with the Black Opium Over Red, and that's like a cherry coffee scent. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me show y'all the outfit. I try to be a little festive for my training. It's not super festive, it's just a flannel. But yeah, this is what we got on today. Just a little long, I don't know what you call this shirt, jeans. This is what we're going to do today. All right, friends, that is going to be it for today's video. I really would like to know if talking through things like this is helpful to you, especially if you're going to be making a change. I just wanted to share what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and some of the problems that I'm experiencing as a makeup consumer. I love YouTube and this is my passion and I love this community. I want to let you know like how I'm evolving and just changes that you might see. So if any of this has helped you, please let me know. If you have some makeup buying hacks or hacks to avoid the impulse shopping, the excessive makeup purchasing, please let me know. You know, when I am doing videos, it's not in my mind that I'm selling a product. What I do realize is because of my collection, people may see something that they want, but I'm really not like directly out here marketing anything. I don't have anything that I do paid promotion for at all. And I always have that checked in case you are interested. I am very forward about what I get in PR and, you know, what I purchase myself. But most of the things, aside from the Nomad palette, I purchase myself. So I have made a lot of makeup purchases in the past 6 years. And I just know that going forward in my life, with me really wanting to travel and, you know, take these quick looks on the road and really use them in real life with experiences, I can't do both at the same time. So I just have to really prioritize what it is I have coming up. Like I will be 45 in February. It's a big year. I'm not going to place a lot of like pressure. My goal is to start making the changes now. I could have said, this is my last hurrah, I'm putting it all in the cart, but I'm really being thoughtful and something has stopped me from purchasing what's in my cart for several days because this sale started on the 6th or 7th. So it is the 11th. So in makeup time, that's a lot of time, like 4 or 5 days. And I'm still contemplating things. It lets me know that what I had in there, that wasn't what you need to do, girl. So let me know how you are feeling and how it's going. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be on time today. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I do hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.